Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. This is LSA Tier 2 race, Season 8, Round 2. As some of you might not know, this is a mystery track tonight, so the drivers didn't really have a lot of time to prepare for this, and I think actually that's a great thing. It just shows raw speed. And yeah, Louis, what do you have to say?
Good evening, everyone. It's Marius here. So yeah, my prediction for tonight was maybe Barcelona, but I see they got Abu Dhabi. It's a very technical track, but as Kunrad said, it's gonna show actually like raw pace, but all in all, it's just gonna come down to most consistently. Because even though if you have like raw pace, as you can see from the previous race, it doesn't matter if you have the fastest car on track. You just have to keep it between the white lines and not get yourself into trouble in turn 1. And turn 1 will be a very, very tight left-hander. I think it may be like space for 2 cars, maybe 3 if all 3 of the drivers can keep it clean. But yeah, very excited for tonight. We're going to see some very, very close racing, maybe a safety car or 2. Not sure how these drivers have prepared in the past week for the mystery track, because my personal experience preparing for a mystery track is just hoping at the time chart, just learning the limits, and then maybe just get a few setups here and there, but you can't really practice for a track because you know you got day-to-day responsibilities and you don't have a lot of time to practice for each track. And I think it's like 10 tracks that I have to prepare for, and it's like 7 days a week. So yeah, let's see what the drivers have in store for us, and we're hoping to short qualifying here. Sorry for the mic difficulties. I don't know where the static came from, but we hopefully sorted it out now. And yeah, I see a few drivers here on the mediums. I think they may be just like getting the grips of the track maybe, or testing some settings on the wheel, make sure it's not glitchy or buggy. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on tonight in short qualifying tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean, last week we had an interesting race. Jakes, Martin, Sticky Nicky, a few of those guys, yeah, a few of the guys had a bit of bad luck, and of course it was an excellent race from. I see he's not here. The previous week's winner, or is he? I don't see him, Louis. So I don't know, and he started off his championship with a great first race. He kept it clean, he kept consistent, and I see Kieran goes fast as no, Andre beats him with a 1:23.8, but yet again Kieran is on the mediums. Yeah, maybe he's just trying to get in a good banker, maybe he's trying not to use the softs, maybe he wants to preserve an extra set of softs for the race. But let's see, Jakes is on a lap. Yeah, I don't see Souls here tonight. I don't know where he is. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like our championship leader is here tonight. But yeah, I think we might see a good race from Jakes, Martin, Sticky Nicky. I know those guys were all in the battle last week, so I think it's going to be an interesting race. Hopefully, most of them can keep it clean this time and give us an absolutely fantastic race.
Yeah, see a few drivers on the hot runs now. The first few laps won't be very representable, as we can see a lot of sliding on the back end. Track still evolving, so now Abu Dhabi has a lot of track evolution, as well as high tire level. But yeah, it all depends on what lines the drivers will take tonight. But yeah, so far it's Spikes. It's currently on pole for 23.7. And close to will be, 23.8. So we might see mid 23s or low 23s for competition tonight. Still very early to call it.
Yeah, I mean, so far the guys that we considered top runners last week, Jakes and Boomroker and Martin, they are in the mid-pack so far. So yeah, let's see. But I don't know if you know if that is Salts. I don't know if he changed his PSN ID, but I mean, yeah, let's see Mamonga. I don't think he was here last week as well, so let's see what he can do. Maybe he's going to be one of this race's front runners. He's in a Mercedes, so yeah, I wouldn't put it past the Mercedes team. But let's see what he can do. Oh, a bit of sliding there.
Keeping it tight into the left hand there. Oh, too much good.
That's not what you want to do right there. That is not what you want to do.
Going down back straight. Very, very hard braking zone. Down into second gear.
He looks like he's nailed it.
That's a very clean exit.
Let's see the time if he is.
Let's see if Peter is getting.
Yeah, see, Spikes is out. He's going to start a lap again, so we'll go on board with him now. And I see, you see that might be Souls, because he is right up there where Souls was last week. So I don't know if someone can just maybe keep us updated if that's our championship leader in the Williams in second place. But coming up to the final corner, let's see what Mamonga can do. And he bails out. No, what was going on there? I don't know what Mamonga was doing there.
I think it's maybe glitched. It's not Souls.
Okay, so it's not our championship leader in second place, but let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He's not that far off from P1. But so far it's close. I mean, if you look at the times, especially, yeah, all of them basically until 9th, they're within a few tenths of each other. I think like 2.5, 3, 4 tenths. So I think it's going to be an absolute crack if they keep this up. But let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can improve. No, he's 3 tenths down, 4 tenths down.
Sorry, I was just seeing the chat, the game audio. Let me quickly check here. Which one? Master, hold on. Hopefully that maybe fixes things up. Please let us know.
Yeah, just let us know, guys. Bit of technical difficulties here, but yeah, I see Spikes, he also went into the pit, so I don't think he was able to improve on his lap.
I think the two Ferraris over here maybe like giving each other a tow for the next run.
Yeah, I mean, Boomrucker he's a few seconds down, but let's see what Martin can do here. He was my pick for the win last week until that unfortunate bad luck or string of bad luck. But let's see what he can do. Hopefully he can improve on his time. He's not that far off. So let's see what he can do right here.
I don't know if Boomrucker was on a lap maybe?
No, he was 6 seconds down. So yeah, I think he backed out of that.
Let's see another car crossing the line now. Martin is just keeping it tight. Braking right after the 50-meter board, down into third gear.
That looks clean. That's a perfect exit.
Now we just need to keep it clean in the final, not the final braking zone, but this braking zone specifically, because this is difficult to nail.
Yeah, and you can lose a lot of time right here. But I mean, no, he's done that pretty well. I would say he's about nailed it. But I would have stayed a bit more closer to the inside wall. What would you say, Louis?
Yeah, well, it all depends on the risk to reward ratio, how comfortable you are. And he is 3 tenths down for sector 2. So let's see what he can do in the final sector. Can he put it on pole? He just needs a 10 for 2 more to solidify a 23.6.
Oh, and he runs wide. No, that is not going to help his chances. And I won't be surprised if he backs out of this and goes into the pits. No, he's going to keep it going.
I mean, he might still be up on good for the second row. And this will be pole position.
Oh,
beautiful. That
is something that we did not expect. I mean, he ran wide in that last sector underneath the hotel. So that was a pretty well done recovery in that final sector, almost like Max Verstappen in Monaco. But let's see what Andre can do here. He was on pole position earlier on, so let's see if he can improve.
Let's see if he's also gonna have a bit of rear snap like Martin did. And Boogeyman goes on.
Oh, and the times are getting faster, but only by Yeah, exactly the same place that Martin ran wide. I think he's gonna back. Yeah, he's backing out of this. Yeah. Let's see what Kieran can do. Yeah, I see the two McLarens are on an outlap, and Yuno is also on an outlap. Spikes is still in the pits, so yeah, I don't know. Spikes was also on pole position. These guys are just changing, swapping for pole position. So let's see what he can do. Let's see what Kieran can do, if he can go fastest. He was on the mediums, so we don't know what his true pace is, and he goes fastest. These guys are just nailing it.
The track evolution is ramping up now.
Martin is Spikes is still in the pits. I think he's only going to go for 2 runs. He might be saving his tires. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Sticky Nick here as well, and he had a great race or a recovery drive as well last week. Yeah, he fought until the end for 2nd place. But let's see what he can do.
I mean, the top 10 are like very close to each other. It's only the top 3 has with a bit of daylight between 3rd and 4th. But yeah, we'll only see on the final run who can keep their composure.
That's not a great exit right there. But you see, that's the great thing about a mystery track. The guys don't have that much time to prepare, so I think that's why we're seeing it so close. Well, that's just great for us and great for the viewers. So, and hopefully it provides an excellent race. Yeah, I don't know, that exit out of the chicane, it didn't look good to me. And Jakes goes into 2nd, so Jakes is starting to ramp up. So he might go for a final run as well.
10,000. What is 10 hundreds?
Yeah, no, these guys are seriously close. Jakes is just down by 100ths of a second, but he goes in. Let's see what Yuno can do. He was in 2nd place for a few minutes, so let's see if he can improve.
His lap is invalidated.
Oh no, yeah. Let's see what Daifun can do. It's also invalidated. Oh no.
Yeah, these white lines can get very, very quickly to you.
Let's see what rated GSR can do. G6R can do. Oh, it's also invalidated. No. What's going on?
It's the nerves.
Yeah, it is. I mean, let's see what... No, Dion is not on a lap. Let's see what Boogeyman can do.
I mean, I love to see RSA pocket Dion up to 5th now from the previous race where he was dead last.
Yeah, no, and he retired in the last race as well. Yeah, with a few laps to go. Yeah, Boogeyman, he does not improve on his lap. So yeah, now it's just waiting to see who's gonna start the next lap. Martin, I think he is the closest. No. Maybe Jay. Yeah, no. Oh, and that was very close. Let's see, there's a Ferrari Boomerker, I think. Let's see what he can do on this lap. Let's see if he can get into the top 10. I think that's what he's surely trying to do. He was also fighting in the top 6-7 positions in the previous race.
I think if Gigglebush can put a 23.9, then it can spice up the field a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, his strategy calls in the previous race, if I'm not mistaken, he went for a late pit stop, and I think that compromised his race a bit, because I think he had 3 pit stops and the rest of the field only had 2, and he still finished within the top 5, I think. So let's hope he doesn't have another curious strategy call in this race. But yeah, so far the lap doesn't look too bad, and he's a lot closer to the wall than most guys are right there. But let's see.
These 310s now. So that is in the 23.9s now.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's in the top 10 now. They will just keep it clean for the final sector.
And not locking up like most of the drivers they do, and not running wide. This is looking good. Yeah, he might even go into the top 7 or 6 here.
Yeah, that was a very cautious double left-hander he took there, but I mean, when you're up in your time, you're gonna be cautious on your final sector. That's a
and he goes into 5th, and the Ferraris are 4th and 5th. Let's see what Martin can do. He's also up on his time. Let's see what he can do. And it's looking clean so far.
Is this Mercedes on an outlap? Or
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get in the way. I mean, his battery light is on, so let's see. I think he's on an outlap. Yeah, he's on an outlap. Not getting in the way that much, but there's still a little bit of dirt here. And he goes fastest. Provisional pole position so far from Martin. Kieran, let's see what he can do.
oh, top 5.
Yeah,
It's anyone's game now.
yeah, no, but Kieran's pole position just got taken away, so I think he wants some redemption, right? Oh no, and he messes that up a bit.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bad exit.
Yeah,
riding the curb there. It's so brutal on the 24 games.
Yeah, no, he definitely lost a little bit of time there, but let's see how his sector 2 is looking. Yeah, he's down 2 tenths. Yeah, if I was him, I would go for another lap right here, because this is all or nothing now within the final minute of qualifying. But I'm quite curious to see what Boogeyman and Jakes can do on their final runs in spikes. He was on pole position earlier on, so I don't know why he's not sitting any laps, and I see he's on 2-lap old softs. So yeah.
I mean, it's still good for second round. So let's see if Jakes can knock him down. So we're hopping onto Jakes on his final out lap, or hot lap, as I can say. Let's see if he can keep his composure and not maybe run it over the white lines. That is very late braking from Jakes there.
Yeah, but very cautious as well going through there. But I mean, it is nice to see both McLarens in the top 6, especially after the race that Dion had the previous week. So yeah, things are definitely looking up for him, but let's see what... It's not looking too bad.
Very cautious, very cautious.
Very
cautious. A bit
cautious.
more curb on the left-hand side there.
Yeah, and he's remaining close to the wall like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, these guys, they all have different lines and different preferences. He's only down about 300ths on his lap, so yeah, hopefully he can improve in this final sector.
I mean, if it was me and you're like already at the top 3, you can just like full send it on your final lap. Just make sure you don't bin it. And
Spikes, as I said earlier on, he goes provisional pole position, but let's see if Jakes can steal it away from him. It's looking clean.
Missing the apex just by a margin. What will he start?
No, he's not going to do it. And Spikes, ladies and gentlemen, is so far on provisional pole position. I don't think anyone else is going to be able to do it. Let's see what Sticky Nicky can do right here. He's only about 2 tenths down.
Let's see what Reddit G6 is. Maybe he's... I don't think he will improve.
Yeah, no, he remains there, but
also 6.
yeah. So that is pole position for Spikes. And it's not a very big gap. It's only about 200ths of a second. And then, yeah, it's another 600ths further down is Kieran. And then Jakes as well. He's only about 100th down. And, yeah, so this looks like it's going to be a very interesting race, but well done, Spikes. That was a great lap. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the lap, but yeah, I think this might carry over and turn into an absolutely fantastic race. What are you expecting from the race, Louis? Do you think these guys are going to keep it clean within the first corner, or do you think there might be a bit of carnage?
Well, as you can see, 12 drivers in the 23s. They're like separated by like half a second, so it's technically anyone's game. But as long as the drivers can keep it clean and learn from their lessons that they did in Bahrain, then yeah, it won't be like too much carnage into turn 1. But as we all know, the turn 1 curb can come at you very fast and thick, and it's very easy to bottom out your car and then just slide into the car right next to you. As you can see what Max did at last year's Abu Dhabi. He just full sent it down the inside, and then I don't know, I think it was him and Lando that spun, not mistaken.
No, I don't think Lando spun. Lando won the race. Yeah, so I think it might have been with someone else, but I see Mamonga, he didn't sit a lap, and then there's another new driver here that wasn't here last week, Zachary, but also there's a few drivers that isn't here, so I don't know if they have responsibilities or if something happened with them, but unfortunately they will not be joining us tonight. And yeah, but let's see what the race can do. It's just a bit unfortunate that our championship leader isn't here to defend his lead, but I'm sure he'll be back and give us another great few races. But like we saw last week, you can be the fastest in qualifying, but it all depends on how consistent you are and if you keep your nose clean. So let's see if these guys can do it tonight, and if they learned their lesson from the previous race. So
alright, but as we have learned from the previous race, there's a 5-minute break before the race starts. So me and SF and Kunrad is going to take a quick small break. We don't have any lounge music at the moment for you guys, but just turn the volume up, maybe wait for the lights to go out, and then we'll join you shortly. Alright, welcome back everyone. I see on the Discord chat we go at 8:43. So yeah, we will have lights out any moment now. And as you can see in the chat, we have some supporters for Andre and Spikes. Thank you so much, Dave Queen, for the comments there, and we see Bloomy Blossoms and Tej. Thank you so much for the compliments. We appreciate it so much.
yeah, and thank you for supporting the tier 2 guys. I'm sure they appreciate it a lot. So yet again, thank you for all your support, and you definitely make it worth it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime.
Yeah, I just wish there was a countdown, there was a timer or something.
Yeah, it's like, as we all know, EA developers, so yeah, they're not at the base of.
Yeah, they leave out the most important bits. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights.
And lights up, and away we go.
Let's see if Martin. I think Martin. Oh, and there is big damage there. Let's see. Oh, and there's more damage. Jake's yet again caught in the battles. But let's see. what can happen right here. If Martin can make a move on spikes, unfortunately, yeah, Jakes yet again gets caught up, and his great starting position is down the drain yet again. But let's see if he can make up positions.
Yeah, as you see Kieran going down on the inside on Martin. Will he make it stick? Oh, defending well.
Well done, Martin.
A bit of a lockout. Maybe get a better exit, and he's gonna go for it. Yeah, he's draining his battery. He's maybe draining his battery. But yeah, I think on the start there was maybe wheel spin. I saw Williams driving, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think it was wheel spin that caused the collision on the start. Don't think it's anyone's fault. We all know first lap incidents is racing incidents. It depends on how harsh the collision was. But yeah, so far the drivers are keeping it very clean on each other's gearbox. I see a bit of end plate flying, but
oh, and it's the Williams. It's Yuno's front wing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's got damage. I wonder how many guys he have damage. But Spikes comes over to lead the first lap. And let's see, Yuno is trying to get on the inside of Kieran right here, but he does not make it stick.
And we see Mamonga there. I think it was him on the first lap incident, maybe, I'm not sure, but he's in the pits, maybe for a front wing change or a puncture. But yeah, as we can see from the strategy screen that was on just now, there's gonna be a one stopper, medium to hard. I don't know, maybe shows the tire choices. Who has started on hard tires, who will go until like maybe end. It's only destroy on the hard tires. So this will be like a very even playing field for most of the drivers. So it's all gonna come down to raw pace.
Oh, and Yuno is left with absolutely no space there on the outside. Some pretty hard battling going on here between Daifan and Yuno, but he's got damage. But so far, I mean, he's staying in there. And Martin has taken the lead from Spikes. Martin has taken the lead. Let's see if he can increase or build a gap at least, but he's locking up. But this is a very close race indeed so far, and this is what we all hoped for.
Well, I guess some of the lockups on screen maybe look like lockups, because when I watch my streams back, then it shows I'm locking up, but it's just a game glitch from EA. So you don't really know when they're locking up. So it's very difficult to tell, but yeah, I think if they lock up, they might understeer into the corner. But yeah, for now, everyone's trading fastest laps. I see Jake's down into 9th. Don't know what's happened with him.
Yeah, no, he had contact on the first lap yet again. I don't know if that was just misfortune or getting caught up in someone else's incident. But luckily, he does not have damage, and I see Top Gun has left the session. Hopefully, that's not a connection issue. Hopefully he can get back in, but yeah, no, and Martin has lost the lead to Spikes, but I think this might be a battle carrying on for a few laps. Maybe he can even come back here with the DRS, but I see there's a yellow flag, but not in sector 2, so let's see if he can go for it.
I mean, at this point...
Oh, and even Kieran, he wants to get involved in this as well. This is some absolutely fantastic racing by the top 3.
I mean, you want to be leading the race at this point, because while your tires are fresh, you want to see if you can build a gap, because you don't want to ride in the dirty air. I mean, yes, 2 DRS zones, it's easy to trade the lead, but when going into the final sector, there's a lot of sliding, especially at the double left-hander. So traction can be lost very easily when tire deck starts to get worse. But yeah, I think this might be a 5-way fight the whole race on. Yeah,
the top 5 have built a gap up. Yeah, it's about 2.5 seconds almost, and I think the top 5 might run away with this. But I don't mind if these top 5 guys can give us an absolutely fantastic race. I wouldn't mind that at all. But these guys are sticking close to each other. Let's see if anyone can pass right here, and I see rated G6R is passed, but let's see. I think Kieran, he's defending here
on the inside line. Can they keep it clean?
Oh, and the Alpine climbs the curb, and this is a
and Daifan capitalizes on their battle and snatches 3rd place. Well done. Just keeping it cool, calm, collected.
Yeah, Kieran has unfortunately lost out, but that is because of the Alpine jumping over the curb and running into him. So I don't know if there might be a penalty coming. I didn't see any damage, but yeah, he definitely compromised Kieran right there. But I see Zachary, he is making moves right here. And I see Dion, he's in 14th. I don't know if he got caught in some incidents as well. Yeah, I mean, the pace is surely there, but...
he was in 6th place, but I think it's connection issues.
I don't know, but yeah. Oh, yeah, you see, yeah, he's left the session. That's definitely connection issues, so this is... And you know, he has not had a great race start. But let's see if he can have a recovery drive similar to what Jakes did last week. And I see Jakes is already back up into 8th, so let's see if maybe he's on his way back. Hopefully he can finish within the top 10, but let's see. I don't know if any of these guys are going to get past this lap.
I see in the chat some support for Yuno. He is currently plumb last, but he did pit already for his hard tire, so I think he's going to run to the end. But
and rated G6R is going down the inside of Sensorfault. That is a pretty clean move. That is a pretty clean move, and I see Spikes. Yeah, he's going around the outside. Is he going to make it stick?
He's going to have the racing line going into the right-hander now.
This is absolutely fantastic racing. Beautiful. And he's made it stick, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic moves by Spikes there. Fantastic move. Yeah, hopefully these guys can keep this up the entire race. I mean, these guys are going to... Hopefully they don't keep each other up. But I mean, the gap is still about... Yeah, 2.5 seconds to Boomroker. But...
yeah, I see Gigglebush overtook Sticky Nicky. But so far the guys are keeping it between the white lines, and only Yuno for penalties so far. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a 3 second time penalty.
Oh, not for speeding at the pit lane.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as we settle down into a mild panic, the field's starting to spread out, but the top 5 are keeping us entertained. We see a battle there at the back. I think it's between Yuno and Momonga. We have some support for Yuno, but yeah, with that time penalty.
And here comes Spikes. He's playing it safe. Let's see if he can do this on the second straight. Sorry, Louis, for interrupting there, but this is a fantastic battle going on right here. And these guys need to keep it clean because Daifun and Boogeyman and Kieran are all here. Is he going to make it stick? Let's see.
And Daifun is going... Ooh. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Spikes is going to do the same.
Yeah, let's just stay on board with him right here.
It's going to come down on the inside. It's going to take first place now.
Yeah, so exactly what he did to Daifun, he did exactly to Martin as well. So some absolutely fantastic maneuvers being pulled off here by Spikes. And I do believe he does have the pace to build a gap. But unfortunately, the DRS is very strong. So let's see if he will be able to build a gap.
Oh, I see Martin Brink slipping back down a bit, but I think he might be preserving some battery because, I mean, the battling is very great for us, at least, but...
Yeah, it's not what they want.
But for the tires, it's not looking great. So the tire deck is going to start entering now, as the pit window is from lap 12, I think, then they can go.
Yeah, they might even extend it, but I mean, battling so close and pulling off these maneuvers, yeah, it's just going to eat a little bit more of your tires. But yeah, I think Martin, let's see what happens here. Keep it clean, boys. And he's trying around the outside. Is he going to do the cutback?
That will compromise his exit a bit. A bit of wheel spin there from Martin. So can Daifun capitalize?
Yeah, but I think Martin is going to make a move for the lead right here.
Going to go down on the outside. What is Martin might do to Spikes? What Spikes did to him?
Yeah, I think he is going to do it. Some absolutely fantastic battling going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's almost...
And Spikes keep...
Oh, but he runs wide. Yeah, he might need to give back that position, but let's see.
I don't know, his nose was in front.
Oh! And Daifun losing the rear, and he's losing a position to his teammate Boogeyman. But let's see if Boogeyman can now make a move on Martin or Spikes. But this top 5 is absolutely absolutely giving us a fantastic battle right here.
But while they are battling, Gigglebush is catching. It was 2.2 seconds, now it's 1.6.
Yeah, no, he's definitely catching up. But I mean, if we can get a 7-way fight right here, that would be fantastic. And yeah, I think these guys are going to be absolutely drained after this race.
Well, I mean, these are the privileges of a mystery track for very close racing, and I'm so glad to see everyone keeping it between the white lines and no safety cars so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of laps left, and as we all know, anything can happen in Formula 1. But I see Kieran, he's making a move on Daifun, so he's losing even more positions.
We see a lot of positions changing there down at the bottom between 13th and 16th.
And Spikes, yet again, he's in a battle with Martin right here. Is he going to do a carbon copy of what Spikes said? Oh no, he's even out ahead before the braking zone. So some absolutely fantastic racing right here. But yeah, Zachary and Sensafault, oh no, Zachary and Andre, sorry, they are also having a absolutely fantastic battle right here. So battles all the way in the field. But yeah, the top 5 are definitely giving us a race to watch right here. But
as we see at this point of time, Jake's on 7-lap medium tires, 8 laps now. He is being held up a bit. I'm not sure if he's being held up or being pulled by Destroyers.
Yeah, no, but Destroyer's on the hard side, so he's actually having a great race so far. He didn't have that great of a race the previous weekend, but yeah, so far Jake's, I mean, it doesn't look like he's having a recovery drive like last week. But yeah, there's still a lot of laps left, and a safety car can change anything. And look at this.
Another lead change.
And Spikes is yet again into the lead. Oh, and yeah, Boogeyman, he's taking advantage.
That will be a track warning for him.
And this has given Spikes a little bit of a advantage, but yet again, Martin has the DRS. So he's going to catch up a little bit. Yeah, no, these guys are just playing it cautious right now.
Spikes is pulling away for it, but if he can nail sector 3, maybe he can get into that second gap. But yeah, as you can see, Martin is pulling it back now.
Yeah, I mean, it's still at 17s, but yeah, I mean, Sticky Nicky and Boomrucker, they are surely gaining, or they're just remaining around about there. But if these guys start battling seriously super hard, then they will be right up behind them within a lap.
I mean, these final 2-3 laps before the pit window opens will separate the boys from the men. As we can see, Spike's almost separating a second. He just broke the second gap. If he can keep that consistently, then he can just focus on his race and not worry about using his battery.
Yeah, and I mean, Spikes is he's out almost with Martin. Yeah, he's not going to get the DRS. So now I think Boogeyman, he might even get Martin right here, because Spikes is out of the DRS. Yeah, he's safe. I think he's going to be able to pull a gap now, unless Boogeyman can get back up to Spikes and oh,
goes back at him.
Yeah, no, but Martin lost the rear right there. But hopefully, yeah, no, these guys are battling it hard.
Kieran is hungry. He's hungry. He's looking for.
Can he go?
A gap. He might pull it. Oh, that's going to be too double wide.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. 4 cars, all 4.
Bit of contact, bit of wheel banging, proper racing.
But Daifun got a penalty, a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so that is going to affect him a little bit.
Now, this is some brilliant racing, keeping it moderately clean. But yeah, wow.
But even with this racing going on, I see the top 5 extended their gap to Boomrucker and Sticky Nicky. But yeah, I mean, Spikes, he's already up to 2 seconds. So I think, yeah, now his race is just going to become about managing, and he might just run away with this, because especially with this fighting going on. And I see Kieran. Yeah,
I mean, from your experience, how powerful is the undercut on Abu Dhabi? I
mean, it can be quite powerful, because it is there are a lot of fast corners where you need grip, and if you have fresh tires, you can gain about, I would say, about two seconds a lap if you are going up against someone that has super old tires. So yeah, if I was Boogeyman or someone right here, I would definitely try the undercut just to try and pull spikes back, because that's what they need right now. And someone here needs to, oh, and look at Boogeyman and Martin, they are going side by side yet again.
And it looks like they've dropped Kieran.
Yeah, unfortunately Kieran and Daifan falling out of the battle for the podium places. And yeah, Boogeyman, excellent racing by Boogeyman and Martin yet again, but let's see if one of them goes for the undercut, because that's what they need to pull back Spikes, because otherwise Spikes is gonna pull a Souls from last week and just run away with this.
Yeah, as we can see from the two runners now, F1 Andre, he went early for his stop, so he's maybe preparing for an attack. A very powerful undercut, and as well as crosses Zachary, but on the tires, it's going to be a long stint for him now.
Yeah, so Boomrucker, he's the first one in the top 10 to, or in the top 8 to make a pit stop. So let's see where he can come out and how powerful the undercut is. Like we just said, I think it's quite powerful around here. So let's see if he can gain a place or two. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck too long behind Yuno.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're going to plan the undercut, you have to look at your MFT if you're going to come out in traffic. It's very difficult while battling 4 or 5 cars around you, and without a race engineer you need to check the screens for the MFT, and as well the hard tires takes a bit of while, like maybe 2 laps to get into a proper tire window, a temperature window, so before you can put in the fast laps. But yeah, I mean, it all depends from how much you prepared for the mystery track.
Yeah, no, but I see he's definitely getting helped up right here, but he's going for it now. Let's see if, yeah, I think he's made it stick.
And that is outlap on the hard tires. So
Martin, he's into the pits, Boogeyman is into the pits, and Spike stays out. So let's see if they can gain anything. And Jakes, no, but let's see what Boogeyman and Martin can do right here. If they can pull anything back on Spikes, they need it to do something different, because if they just stop the same lap, that gap would have remained the same. So let's see if this gamble can pull off and work out for them.
I mean, as you can see from a constructor's point of view, both Alpines, both Ferrari boys, and 2 Kick Saubers are in the top 10.
Yeah, no, Sticky Nicky, I was expecting a bit more from him, but yeah, like we said, there's still a long race to go, and a safety car can change everything. So, but what I'm curious about now is to see if Spikes comes in this lap or the next lap. I think he might pull the pin as well and come in this lap to try and prevent the undercut, but it's a bit too late.
I mean, if I was Spikes, you had the pace to pull away, so why pit now? Go for an extra lap or 2. Because you will have the tire advantage coming end of the race. Yeah,
but yet again, track position is everything in Formula 1, and yeah, you might be the faster guy, but if you struggle to overtake a guy, or you get into a battle and you make contact and you lose a wing, that's your race done. So yeah, always I always prefer track position over fresh tires. But let's see, Spikes is into the pits.
Daifan gets slaps with a 10-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. I think my man has a bit of too many brandies in the system.
But let's see where Spikes is going to come out against Boogeyman and Martin and Boomrucker. It's going to be super close. He definitely caught up and he's back in the DRS. So yeah, that undercut definitely worked for them. But now I see it's basically just Boogeyman, because Boomrucker is 1.6 seconds behind him. So this is going to be a battle for the lead by Spikes and Boogeyman. But let's see if he can go for the first opportunity he gets to try and lead this race again and prevent Spikes from creating a gap.
I mean, it's very fascinating to see how a 5-way fight for the lead gets into a 2-horse race, but we can see now the Ferrari boys, they're gonna have to work together to pull each other to Boogeyman. So it's between Martin and Gigglebush who has the quicker pace now, and as well as Kieran and Sticky Nicky.
And Boogeyman takes the lead. Let's see if this battling can bring Martin and Boomrucker back into the fight. Yeah, and Daifan is still there, but he's got penalties. So yeah, it's basically the two Ferrari boys that need to catch up to Spikes and Boogeyman. But it's a 2.3 second gap right now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult for them. So they are probably hoping for a safety car, a late safety car, and Boogeyman sets the fastest lap. So yeah, it just shows even. Yeah, no, he's definitely creating the most of this opportunity to lead the race, and with the undercut. So I think he's smiling with inside that cockpit.
It's all gonna depend when Destroyer's gonna pull the trigger, because the longer he stays out, yeah, I know it doesn't have an effect on any of the front runners, but yeah, you know, if a safety car comes out now, this will play into Destroyer's hands.
Let's see if Spikes can make a move.
Momonga slaps in a 26 flat.
Oh, and look at this.
Oh, there's a bit of...
Oh, there's contact.
Yeah, it's a very harsh braking zone. Very, very difficult. Let's see if there's any damage maybe on the front wings.
Oh, and these three make contact. And more contact.
And Daifan says, you know what, even with penalties, I will race you guys.
And you know what, he made a double move on both Ferrari cars right there. So there was a bit of bumping and barging, but doesn't look like any of them have damage. But that was fantastic racing, and both Ferraris losing out to the Alpine. So Alpine now, second and fourth. This is doing wonders for their Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, this will hurt the Ferrari boys actually a lot, because they're stuck behind Daifan. But maybe if Daifan has the pace to pull them along to Spikes, then it may work out. But yeah, you don't want to be fighting someone with a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is just going to hurt their race, because... But I mean, if he is the faster guy between these three, he might be able to pull them back. But yeah, Martin and... oh no, and he gives up both positions. Oh no, he is fighting. Oh, and you know, Kieran is back in it. Yeah, Kieran is back.
And he pulled along Sticky Nicky with him, so this will be a 5-way fight for 4. Actually, a 4-way fight. Daifan has a 10-second time penalty, so he will drop out.
Yeah, but this is going to be for the last place on the podium. And look at this, these guys are just going at it lap after lap. But now, yeah, and Boomrucker lost out to Kieran right here. And look at this, Spikes leads the race yet again. But let's look at this now. Oh,
this virtual safety car, I was waiting for this. This will neutralize the race. I think the speed will be decreased by 60%.
Yeah, it's around there. But now my question is, what caused the virtual safety car?
I think a lot of debris.
Yeah, it might have been. Oh, but Daifan overtaking under virtual safety car. I don't know if he was instructed to do that. Maybe, but yeah, I mean, he's being a bit over aggressive, I would say. Maybe knows he does have the pace to catch up to Boogeyman and to Spikes, but yeah, and then yet again he just gives up another position. So I don't know what's going on right here.
Yeah, well, from my experience from this game, as I raced the first 2 seasons, the game doesn't know when to make up its mind, so it will sometimes tell you to give up the position, and then just right about the driver behind you will gain that position, then it says, not anymore, chap.
And you know what, Destroyer, absolutely, he's loving this. He gained so many places with this virtual safety car, and that hard and look at this, and Boogeyman is coming back. He's coming back at Spikes. Great overtaking and then defending as well. Oh, running into the back of him. But let's see if he can return the favor. I think he's a bit too far back, but the DRS is powerful.
It's very powerful. And yeah, as I see, Jake's also got slapped with a drive-through penalty, so he was speeding under the VAC.
Yeah, no, his race is going from bad to worse yet again. He does have the pace to fight with these guys at the front, but just bad luck and unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, and yet again Spikes leads.
And Gigabush gets slaps with a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, the penalties are starting to rack up now, but let's see if Destroyer can catch these guys on the hards with his fresh mediums.
I think he will. The medium tires at the end of the race. But I mean, it all depends on how much can he nurture and baby those tires until the final 3 laps. You just have to get into that DRS zone so he can save his battery and his tires.
I don't know what happened to Boogeyman, but he's now 1.5 seconds behind Spikes. So, yet again, I think Spikes now, again, he doesn't have to battle anyone right now. He just needs to manage this and try and pull a gap. And I do think he is capable of it.
I think it was the VSC. He was caught sleeping, maybe.
No. They battled on the previous lap. So yeah, I don't know if Spikes was a bit over aggressive or he ran on wide off the track. But yeah, let's see if he can pull this back. But let's see what these guys can do.
Yeah, as we said, they were fighting for the podium. Now they're fighting for 4th.
Yeah.
Because of the VSC and the Shui capitalized on that one.
Yeah, so that just also shows strategy. Strategy can play a big part. And Destroyer, he didn't have any battles with anyone. But look at this, Daifun is overtaking Martin. So even with the penalties, he's still fighting super hard for this. And I think they are catching Destroyer right here. So this might turn into a 6-way fight right over here. But I mean, let's see what Andre and or Zachary is doing. There's just battles all the way up and down this field. Don't know where to look anymore, but at least this is a fantastic race that everyone is giving us right here.
Yeah, as you can see from Bahrain at this point of stage, that there was little to no battles. The field was separated, but as we can see, this is like, I'm gonna say it again, the privileges of the mystery track. Everyone's pace will be the same, if not identical. So yeah, I'm curious to see how many people can keep it between the white lines now as the track penalties have started to come in. And I'm curious to know how many drivers are in their last final warnings for the track limits. So a few drivers might take it more cautiously now. So maybe that's why the field is going to be bunched up, so they're not taking any more risks. And well, I mean, it's great for us, so we get some close racing action.
Yeah, and I mean, Spikes, he's actually lost about 3/10 to Boogeyman right now, so it doesn't look like he's pulling away. It's just their pace is similar to each other. So yeah, but hopefully Boogeyman can come back and at least give us a fight for the lead. And the top 3, they don't have penalties yet, but they are definitely catching Destroyer right here. So it doesn't look like the medium tires is providing him that big of an advantage just yet. But yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of places gained if you look at the bigger picture. So but let's just see here what Kieran, Martin, Wimroker, Daifun and Destroyer can do. Hopefully they don't get into battles and ruin each other's race, because this is some pretty good racing going on right here, and these guys are keeping it pretty close the entire race so far.
Yeah, and as we can see from a constructor point of view, Alpine will do very well, because as it stands, Williams are currently in the lead in the constructors. I mean, it is still after the first race, but yeah, Williams really have a hefty chunk of points on 42. Kicksauber is on 28. Alpine right behind them on 27.
Yeah, and this is going to be doing Alpine's championship a great bit of deals. So yeah, and as we see, Boogeyman is back within DRS, so the fight for the lead is not over yet. But let's see if Daifun can overtake Destroyer, and then it's second and third place for the Alpine team. But yet again, Daifun does have the penalties, so that's going to be a bit unfortunate. That's going to drop him down a fair few places, and he gets another penalty. Yeah, no, he's going to drop down the field at the end.
I think he might drop down to like 8th, because I see there's a 18-second gap between Yuno and Sticky Nicky. So I think Daifun has 2 sets of 3-second time penalties and a separate 10-second one. So it's maybe like 16.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to Daifan now, but he's giving up places right here. I don't know if he made a mistake, but he lost a few positions right now. I don't know. I think he's realized he's fighting an empty battle here because all these guys are anyway going to end up in front of him, but he is battling it quite hard.
As you can see at the front, Spikes and Boogeyman. Boogeyman might send it on this DRS zone if he can capitalize on the exit here. He lost it sent through that corner. But yeah, as SA van Koenraad said, the DRS is very powerful and we might see a move from Boogeyman who's going to go down on the outside. Can you make it stick? Nah,
he's not going to make it stick, but well done for pulling it back. And I think he's got all the momentum and confidence right now. And if he can just keep it clean, he might be able to make a move for the lead on the next lap. He's pulled it back a lot. So I don't know, maybe Spikes is just managing right here, or yeah, maybe Boogeyman is just way more confident at this stage of the race.
Well, they are gapping Destroyer now. It's a 5-second gap they've pulled out, and it seems like Martin and them aren't like closing the gap down to Destroyer, so it settled down.
No, they were closing the gap, but with all the fighting going on, yeah, he's just been able to extend that gap again a little bit. But yeah, this race has gone from a 5-way fight for the lead to a 2-way fight. But I'm not complaining because these guys are giving us an absolute show right here.
Well, I mean, let me ask you a question about the final 2 laps. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be leading the race going down into the final lap, or do you want to be second?
Well, if it's as close as this, I would be the guy hunting, because you're always more confident when you're hunting someone and you're chasing someone down and you know you're faster. And yeah, Boogeyman leads the race again, so fantastic, but here comes Spikes right back at him. But yeah, no, I would be in second place because yeah, you've got the advantage of the DRS, and yeah, you just feel way more confident.
But in the same breath, you have to say the nerves kick in, because if you make a mistake on the exit on the final DRS zone, then you have to settle for second place.
Yeah, no, that's also true, but yeah, yet again, that comes down to confidence and how confident you are on the car, and how your tires are. But yeah, I would definitely be in second place, because I've made some in my past league racing days. I've made some amazing moves on the last lap, so it is possible if you just keep it cool head and yeah, just focus. But Boogeyman and Spikes, I think this is going to go down until the last lap, unless there's a big mistake by one of them or contact. I think this might go down to the final lap.
Yeah, so you can scroll a bit down there at the mid-pack where Martin and them are located. Let's see what this DRS zone will bring for us. Who will be lunging and who will be defending? As you can see, Giegelbush and Daifan both with penalties, so they might play it safe, but Boomroker doesn't have to worry about fighting Daifan that much. He just needs to keep drivers behind him, but as we can see, Yuno is 19 seconds behind. Oh, a bit of rear snap there, as we say that. But yeah, all he needs to now is technically help his teammate out. And Martin will go down on the inside.
He's being super aggressive here.
Will he make it stick? Kieran's gonna have the inside line for the next 2 turns, but he bails it out. I think the juice is done in the battery. He's gonna be saving up now. I mean, at the closing stages of the race, you don't want to be attacking too much. Maybe if you want to force the driver in front of you into a mistake, you can dummy them. But yeah, it's gonna be a cost at your own tires if you outbrake yourself or dummy too much. You're only allowed 1 move before the braking zone. So
yeah, you're only allowed one defending move before the braking zone or in the braking zone. You're not really allowed to defend in the braking zone, but you can make 1 move before you get to the braking zone. So yeah, you can't really weave on the straight and try and break the toe. But even with Spikes and Boogeyman fighting, I see they are still extending the gap. And look here, Boogeyman is going. Oh, I think he wants to do the undercut right here.
I think
he gets a snap.
Yeah. No, I think he wanted to get him on the DRS here, because what's the point of catching him in that corner and then just gave up the DRS and just being overtaken again and set in the dirty air.
Yeah, I think he was trying to set himself up for the best possible exit onto that straight, but unfortunately he got the snap. So yeah, that ruined his chances a bit. But yet again, they are just going at it, and they are not making any big mistakes that will cost both of them their races. But no, these guys are definitely giving us a show. Between these two guys, I don't know who would get driver of the day, because it's definitely going to go down to the two of them.
Well, I mean, the tie deck has started to enter. So, yeah, as we can see from the fastest laps, not much separated from Boogeyman and Spikes. But I see Sticky Nicky is on a fresh pair of medium, so he might snatch fastest lap at the end, or in the lap's time. But as we go into penalties, Daifan, he's sitting on a 16-second penalty, so that will hurt his race very, very much. But yeah, very, very great racing from him. And let's see what will happen down the and as we said, Sticky Nicky will take the fastest lap, but yeah, someone might take it away at the second last lap. We're not sure. And we see here Daifan going down on the inside. Will he do a double overtake? No, he's gonna settle and wait for the next DRS zone. But will Kieran bring it back, get a better exit? It looks like you might send it here. You don't want to sit behind the guy.
Oh!
And
a screen freeze right there.
Yeah, I don't think ghosting is on, but yeah, that was a bit weird. In my experience, ghosting is off. So yeah, from Ty point of view,
he's gonna go. Oh, he's trying it, being super aggressive right here. Yeah, I don't know. That's just a bit too aggressive right there, and that's just asking to get some front wing damage.
As you can see, the top 8 is on a 1 stopper. It's only Yuna and Sticky Nicky on a 2 stopper in the top 10. But yeah, so far it's looking very good for the Alpine boys. Well, only for Boogeyman so far. Daifan has the penalty, but for Ferrari it looks they will bag a big constructor points. And now we'll see, will Spikes take Boogeyman on this one or wait for the other DRS zone? As you can see, positions change. Destroyer will have driver of the day based on the game mechanics. He has gained 10 places, so it will automatically go to him. Yeah,
Spikes, he's trying to get the best exit out of here. Let's see if he can just try it. No, he's a bit too far back. But I see Boomrucker and Daifan. I don't know what happened. I think there was contact right there. Yeah, I think there was contact. But yet again, the top two are just extending the gap, even with this battling. But Martin, he's starting to catch up to Destroyer, so him and Kieran, they might fight for the last spot on the podium. And hopefully Destroyer can get into that battle as well, but I don't think he has the outright pace to stay with those two. So if they do get past him, I think they might create a gap, and then it's going to be a two-way fight for the third place. But yeah, absolutely, Spikes and Boogeyman just keeping us on the edge of our seats here tonight. Oh, and looks like a bit of oversteer there from Boogeyman.
Yeah, apologies for the back runners who haven't given you guys much screen time. It's just the top 5 guys was keeping us so entertained, we didn't know where to look. And as we all know from a Formula 1 perspective, there's so much action going on everywhere. So yeah, we might stay on Boogeyman and Spikes for the final few laps, or maybe at the last lap, because they will be trading positions now. And it's all going to come down who can preserve their battery and just fully deploy it on the final DRS straight. But as you can see, the two Mercedes boys down in 13 and 14, so still good points for them. It's very sad to see RSA Boca Dion plumb last again.
Yeah.
It's connection issues. I think he has the wimpy Wi-Fi, but yeah, maybe.
Or even the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Even the McDonald's Wi-Fi, but yeah, I think hopefully he'll bring it back to the next race.
Yeah, I mean, but also it can also depend on the area, but yet again, these two are just giving us an absolute spoiler right here. They are going at it.
Yeah, Daifan has dropped down to 12 right now. I think he may have made a pit stop to serve the 10-second time penalty.
Yeah, let's see right here.
Yeah,
he served his penalty.
So
So,
we'll go for the fastest lap.
but on what tire? He's on soft tires.
So Momonga and Daifan, will compete for the fastest lap.
You never know. It might even come from one of these guys.
No, their tires are old. It's very old.
Yeah, that's also true. But I just want to stick. And Daifan, he gets another penalty. Just as he serves his biggest penalty, he gets another penalty to make it 9 seconds. But just look at these two. They're just going at it lap after lap. It's almost like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen in 2021.
The penultimate lap.
Keep it clean, boys. You know what? I think the track changes to Abu Dhabi has made wonders for the racing right here, because where there was a chicane, you couldn't overtake there, and the amount of track changes they've done, it's just brought new. Oh.
And I think it was a Haas.
Yeah.
Destroyer.
No, it's not Destroyer. He's still in a battle here. I think that was sensor fault. But yeah, no, it's just done wonders for the racing around this. The amount of track changes that they've done. Yeah, but let's see. Coming down to the final lap. Like we said earlier, you asked me early on, in what position do I want to be? Do I want to be the hunter or the huntee? Yeah, I think I would be in Spike's position right here. And I would stay behind on this straight and then go for it on the second straight. Oh, but he loses it!
Yeah.
He loses it!
I think he wanted to go for this straight, but because he might have the 100% battery for defending the final DRS zone. But let's see how good of an exit Spikes can get out of the final DRS zone. This will all come down to the final couple 100 meters before.
Yeah, we've seen him oh, and he gets a slide right there, Boogeyman, and I think Spikes is going to do it.
This will be it for Spikes.
You see the pressure is starting to build up. He knows the pressure is on him.
And Spikes is going to go down on the outside, keeping it tight.
Oh, there's contact!
There's contact! But there was enough racing room for both the drivers, and Spikes has claimed first place.
Is he going to go for it? Yeah. No, I think Spikes has got this done. There's not a lot of places remaining to overtake.
Just have to keep.
Oh!
He tries to send it, but he has to settle for second. Brilliant racing.
But ladies and gentlemen, your man of the night, Spikes. He wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And Boogeyman comes in second place. Absolutely fantastic racing by this. And Martin, he goes into third. Wow. And Destroyer moved down to fifth. But well done. Great podium. Great racing by the boys tonight, but an absolutely stunner of a race by Spikes and Boogeyman. Fantastic job, guys.
Let's see where the rest of the field will end up with their time penalties being served. But yeah, no, this was an exciting mystery track from the tier 2 guys here.
At this point, I think they need to make every single weekend a mystery track. If it keeps on like this,
I think that they must make like a full season, a mystery season.
Yeah, I think a mystery season would do wonders for a championship.
Ooh.
But look at this. No, that's not what you do.
That you don't drive into.
No, you can be how mad at someone you don't do that. Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what happened between Yuno and Jakes, but he's clearly not happy right there.
Yeah, there's gonna be some very heated arguments in the Discord chats, or maybe in the personal DMs, as we need to keep it clean into the Discord chat.
Yeah, remember guys, the FIA is listening.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't expect the results this week.
Yeah, I mean, I surely did not expect Spikes to be in contention for the win, but he drove an absolutely fantastic race, and yeah, it just proves that the Hunter is the better position to be in on the final lap of the race.
I mean, if Boogeyman didn't have the rear spin,
I think he's still. Yeah, I think he's still.
Depends on how much battery management you can do.
Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, yet again, Spikes is your Abu Dhabi Grand Prix winner. Fantastic racing by him. And also Boogeyman, I just have to shout out to both of them.
Consistent from Bahrain.
Yeah.
Mystery track.
Yeah, and yeah, just yet again, well done to everyone. Yeah, and he can be happy about that. But yet again, well done to everyone. You all drove a fantastic race tonight, and you kept us on the edge of our seats all the way to the end. And especially at the start with top five battling for the lead, that was just fantastic. So, yeah, Louis, anything that you would like to end on?
Well, I mean, we see a Red Bull driver on the top step, so this makes me happy. As I might see Max doing a father this year, but yeah, I have to say, brilliant racing because we see Williams won the first race in Bahrain, so that could be maybe signs that might win the Australian Grand Prix in a
Yeah,
week's
you see,
time.
unfortunately, I think history is repeating itself because when Lewis Hamilton left McLaren, yeah, Sebastian Vettel tried to go for his fifth and he couldn't do it, and now Lewis Hamilton went to Ferrari, and now I think Verstappen, I don't think he's going to get his fifth. I think it's going to remain at fourth. But yeah, but let's see what happens. I think it's still going to be an exciting race or season.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone, let's just see the results at the.
I don't know. It skipped it.
Did it skip the result? Oh no. But yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Leaving the session, so oh no, we missed the leaderboard. So
Yeah.
hopefully one of the drivers or one of the admins maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only our second race commentating, so that's one of the things that we need to work on. But yeah, hopefully our commentating wasn't too bad, and hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, and I would actually like to have a few interviews, but I don't think it's on the cards tonight. But yeah, hopefully with the next race we can at least get all the results and all the penalties and everything and incident reports and stuff. So yet again, sorry about that. But from my side, I just would like to say everyone should enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully the next race is as fantastic as this one, and hopefully even better. And yeah, but from my side, I'm going to say cheers guys, enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you guys. Not much said. Kunrad couldn't have said it better myself. But yeah, we'll be looking to do some interviews maybe for the next race. It depends on the drivers' mentalities and how heated they are in the moment, as we see a lot of drivers just leave after the race. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please enjoy your weekend that's coming up. Please be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.